Hey, this is my fish room. This is a 15-gallon tank. I have some panda guppies in here. I just planted that plant selection today and try to get it to grow here before putting it in the other tanks. I went to the James River Aquarium Society meeting last night and I picked up this rock. It's a artificial rock. The fish seem to really like it. They were hanging out only in these rocks, but now that I have that bigger rock, we're seeing a lot more activity. So they seem to really enjoy that. This is the second 15. Below here is the 55. That is the black. Because of the filter, I call it black, 55 black. I have one Synodontis in here, but I added those rocks. I have the guppies in to keep some biological filtration. I have that homemade filter there. Seems to be doing well. I'm picking up some fish this weekend. And then this is the lower 55G for green. I got some Danios there. And Hamburg Manton filter, which is green. I just put in that Java fern today because it's got some algae on it. And this was my big purchase at the James River Society with there's 8 baby plecos in there. And they're eating well. Looks like I'm going to probably release them in this side of the tank. Although I don't see a lot of algae growth, so maybe I'll just supplement with putting some things that have algae in it until they get to be a bigger size. So for now, they're there. I probably should have bought that other thing last night that has like a hatchery. Anyway, that's my aquarium rack. I don't know if you can see it. You know, there's two 55s and then two 15s on top. This is my 90. So what's really nice, I'm trying to grow the dwarf sage in this container. I put actual soil in there and it seems to be doing much better than in the gravel. The algae is decreasing and it's doing well. There's a ram. I love these white skirt tetras, and then I have the red eye tetras and my premier angelfish. So I have this big log. I added some, the other thing I got at the JRAS meeting was this Salvinia. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but it's a floating plant. I put some in several of the tanks. There's a piece back there. So I have my 90, which is doing well. I alternate. I have 3 strip lights, or three T5s. I keep 2 on. They're on 2 different switches. I keep 2 on, and I sometimes switch to just 1 to reduce the algae. So it seems to be working. I don't know what is actually eating. I don't know if you can see it, but I think it might be snails or something. Something is eating the Java fern, just the centers of them, and not all of them. So I have some Otocats in here, but I suspect some snails have transported, so I'm suspecting that the snails are the culprits. So I've been moving the snails to the rack tanks to see. There's a guppy. The other male I had like him passed away, but he's still hanging in there. Tail looks a little tattered. I'm not sure why. The algae grows on there. I have one pleco albino in here. And hopefully I'll add some of those other plecos once they get a little larger. So that's my 90, which has a real algae problem, the brown algae. So the Danios love them. They just very active. I really like the gold barbs. They're, you know, another active fish. I have 2 weather loaches in here. You can see in the background here. There's one. And the other one is over here. But they're doing well. I don't have a heater in this tank. I just sort of keep it room temperature. I took the heater out about 2 months ago, and it seems to be doing okay. So the big tank, my big display, my 125 gallon, I put a blanket behind it because of the glare. But I've been enjoying these guys. They're very active. I have it near my desk. You know, kind of a school. They stay pretty close together. The ACIs, the OBs, you kind of get around. The Snow Whites are great because they had that bright color. I have this artificial rock. I'm hoping this Anubias will fill in that hole. Another pickup at the James River meeting last night was this piece. I think it fits in nicely here. I have the floating rocks, which the ACIs really go up around the floating rocks. It's from Universal Rocks. I have another piece that I don't have in there. It's bigger, but I wanted to not block the light, but I might put it in to see how it looks. I have these shells for alkalinity. And these are more, I have a few regular rocks like this one, slate, but for the most part these are artificial rocks. I have that filter in this big rock here, and I have another Socolify, some yellow labs, which are my favorites, the Mangano. I have a foursome of them. They're all doing quite well. So they're not out right now. So I have some Rusties, which you see none of them. But it might be their time to hide. So the ones that are out, the ACI and the OBs, there's another larger OB that I don't see. There's a Rusty right there on cue. The Rusty seem to be holding, so I'm growing some Synodontis out, some dwarf Synodontis, and wait until they get a little larger before I introduce them to this tank. But hopefully that'll be my fry control, because these guys seem to be very active, especially the Rusties. Yellow labs, I'm assuming are going to breed shortly. But this is it. You know, a lot of rock work, a lot of hiding places. I'm really enjoying this tank. I get to watch it all day long from my work location, which is just behind me. There, we're getting some more activity here. All right, my tank walkthrough. Thanks, guys.